Hey YouTubers, it's Tony, and today I'm going to show you the location of and how to replace your crankshaft sensor on your 2012 Nissan Altima 2.5 liter motor. If you have code P0335, I'm going to show you how to fix that problem as well. The crank sensor on this vehicle is located on the back of the engine, and it's extremely tight, guys. What I recommend that you do, it's located on the back of the engine, the driver's side. There's a picture of the crankshaft sensor. What I recommend that you do is just turn your camera on video mode, stick it up in there and kind of wave it around until you locate where the crank sensor is. The crank sensor bolt is held in by a 10mm bolt. You'll need a 10mm socket, a short driver, a long driver, and possibly a swivel. So what I do, guys, is I take my 10mm socket, long socket, a short driver, and eventually I go hunting for that nut. And you can also use a mirror to try and guide you, but I usually just stick it down in there and feel for it. The best way to get this out is take the nut out first and be careful, try not to drop it. The next thing you want to do is grab the electrical connector and the sensor itself and kind of try and wiggle it out. Again, remember, it's an extremely tight spot, so you're going to have to try and break that free. You're gonna need both hands, guys. Okay, guys, if at all possible, take a pair of needle nose pliers and gently grab the sensor and kind of wiggle it back and forth until it comes free. Okay, guys, now that I got it free, you can take your hand and try and disconnect the electrical connector. So let's do that. The electrical connector has this little push tab on it, guys. You just have to really take your time and push down on it and pull the electrical connector away from the crank sensor. And then what you want to do is take your new crank sensor, guys, before installing it. You want to add fresh motor oil to the O-ring seal of the new crank sensor, and that O-ring seal typically is right around here. What that does is it keeps the new crank sensor from drying out due to excessive heat. And then what you do is just put your new crank sensor in, guys, bolt it down, and then I advise you to put the electrical connector on last, because you may not be able to get it off, but whatever way works for you will be fine. Just make sure that you torque the 10mm bolt down nice and snug. You want to make sure it's nice and tight, but don't go overboard with it for the most part. And then for the most part, if you had code P0335, you'll need to reset your check engine light, and then you should be able to start your car and get going. I don't have the new crank sensor yet. I'm waiting for it to be delivered, but I just wanted to show you guys. Let's put it back in, guys, and bolt it down. Reinstall your electrical connector and you're good to go. Hope the video helps. Thanks for watching.